welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudi and thank you so much for being here. You know when you were in middle school and it was the morning and you could not get your hair to do what you wanted it to do no matter what? Like you would brush it a million times, you would straighten it and there was still a kink or like whatever that is. And you would get so mad that your arms would hurt and you would like beat your brush and scream. Yeah, that's the kind of hair day I'm having today. I've tried about 4 styles before this one. We're just gonna have to stick this one out. And also, if I was the only one who was that dramatic about my hair, no need to tell me. No need to tell me. Today's video is gonna be so fun. If you came here looking for like incredibly serious like ingredient breakdown reviews on CeraVe or La Roche Posay products, that's not what you're gonna get. What you're gonna get is my personal preferences between very similar style products within the different CeraVe and La Roche Posay lines and which one I prefer from both of those lines. A lot of these products are not gonna match up perfectly. Like some maybe like an eye serum versus an eye cream, or this sunscreen type doesn't exactly match this one, but this is what I have, so this is what we're going with. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Rudi. I upload twice a week and we talk about acne, skincare, mental health. We do vlogging, we talk about new makeup releases, we do tutorials. I mean, honestly, this channel is basically everything. And I would love to have you join, so please don't forget to subscribe before you. I also want to mention that my husband is going to come in and give us a little bit of tea on some of these products because, for example, he uses the sunscreens that we're going to put head to head today. And so I don't feel like I can really speak on them the way that he can, which I'm interested to see what he says. Also, before we dive in, I wanted to say that everything here, besides one thing from La Roche Posay, was sent to me directly from them, and everything from CeraVe I bought myself. However, that does not mean anything. There are winners and losers in each category, if you will. I don't know, I might get a lot of hate for this. Let's start with the La Roche Posay Lipikar Balm Intense Repair Moisturizing Cream, the AP Plus one, versus the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Right off the bat, let's talk about the price and the size difference. So the La Roche Posay is 13.5 ounces for $20. These prices are pulled from Target.com, by the way. And the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, this is a jumbo size from Costco, but typically it's 12 ounces for $12.49. So 13 ounces for $20 or 12 ounces for $12.49. So I think in general, the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream is a little bit of a better deal, regardless of what's inside. Another thing that is similar about them, they are both approved by the National Eczema Association, which is incredibly important to me because I do have eczema. If you're curious about how I basically cured it myself, which it's not curable, but how I dealt with it myself, I do have an entire video on my eczema journey that I can link up above. And that is amazing. These are pretty much the only 2 body creams that I use, period. They basically have the exact same claims. So the La Roche Posay is lipid replenishing, up to 48 hours of hydration, clinically shown to reduce rough, dry skin, and the CeraVe is moisturize and help restore the protective skin barrier. They're basically saying the same thing here, but I do think that there is a difference in these products. All of the products from both lines that we're going to talk about are fragrance-free, non-comedogenic, allergy tested. Like, if you have acne or sensitive skin, honey, you're picking between your favorite children. Like, these are all amazing products. But we're gonna get nitpicky here because you don't need both of these. Which one do you need? My personal winner between the 2 is the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. And let me tell you why. As someone with eczema, I have to put my body lotion on my skin immediately after the shower, like while I am sopping wet, to keep from losing that water in my body. The minute that my skin gets dry, my eczema will flare. So the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream sinks right into the skin. It doesn't leave you feeling sticky or tacky, but it makes your skin feel soft and leaves it feeling supple without that greasy feeling. And I get that greasy, kind of slippy feeling on my legs from the Lipikar Balm. They're just a completely different feel, to be honest with you, even though they do say one is a cream, so this is the CeraVe cream, and this one is a balm. So they do have a different consistency. I just prefer the cream. It's much lighter, and I just feel like it sinks in a lot better. You know, some people may disagree with me, and that's fine, okay? At the end of the day, I use both of them, and I will use up the La Roche Posay, but after I go through it, I'm going to continue purchasing the CeraVe. I also have been using this on my face recently, by the way, and it's incredible. I can feel in the air I've already made some people mad. All right, next head-to-head battle, eye cream. Today we are comparing the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream with the La Roche Posay Toleriane Ultra Eyes.
This would be said as Toleriane.
I know that these are different, but these are the two that I have on hand, and honestly, eye cream, do we need it? Do we not need it? I've talked about the fact that you really don't need eye cream if you can bring your moisturizer up under your eyes, which I have basically the full size of these products as moisturizers anyways. But let's carry on. The La Roche Posay Toleriane Eye Serum is 0.067 ounces for $24.99. That's expensive. And the CeraVe eye cream is 0.5 ounces for $10.79. Again, kind of pricey for an eye cream. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit odd about a drugstore eye cream. But you know, La Roche Posay is not a cheap brand by any means. Even though it's in the drugstore, it's still, I would consider it like high-end pricing depending on the brand. And this line in particular, the Toleriane line, is very pricey. So we're talking a $25 eye cream here. So I use them sort of for different things. The CeraVe Eye Repair Cream is basically the CeraVe lotion in a tiny tube. And the Toleriane is more like a serum and less like their Toleriane moisturizer. So here you can see this is the serum, super thin. And then the eye cream, which has a little bit more body to it and it feels a lot thicker. So because of that, I am going to give them a tie. But let's talk about why and how I use them separately. So first, the La Roche Posay. I like to use this in the morning because it is so thin, and I use it with my Dew Forever eye masks. That is a silicone reusable eye mask company, and you have to use something really thin under them or else the eye cream will bunch and get stuck to the eye masks. And this is one that they recommended. So when La Roche Posay sent it to me, I was really happy because I wanted to test it out. And it does an amazing job with the mask of keeping things really hydrated under there, but it doesn't do anything for me in terms of depuffing or, you know, my under eye color or anything like that. It's just a very nice moisturizing eye cream for people with extremely sensitive skin. On the other hand, the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream, I use this in the evenings, and honestly, I'm just trying to get through it. I will not be repurchasing this because I do feel like it is literally this in a tiny tube. It is this in a tiny tube. It's not necessary. They claim that they tested this around the eyes with eye doctors and that's why it's special, but you can just bring your moisturizer up under your eyes. Same with this and this moisturizer, which we'll get to. Neither of them are necessary in my opinion, but I have them, I will be using them. And again, I'm saying it's a tie because they're not necessary, but I do use them both for different reasons. And while we're talking about moisturizers and bringing moisturizers up under your eye, let's cover those next. So the two that we will be comparing today is the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion, the CeraVe PM, and the La Roche Posay Toleriane Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer. These are the most similar to me in the feel and kind of the size and what I use them for from these two separate lines. The CeraVe is 3 ounces for $19.99, and the La Roche Posay is 1.35 ounces for $30. So that is quite a difference. You're getting about twice as much product in the CeraVe PM for almost half the price. Not exactly, but pretty close. And I think that the reason is that this Toleriane line that we talked about with the eye cream, it is specifically made for incredibly sensitive, sensitized skin. And you can see like from the packaging that this is an airtight container. So this product is never seeing the light of day. It's never getting a chance to have any bacteria in it, and it is created for a specific, very sensitive skinned person. So that does kind of bump up the price quite a bit. Another difference between these two is that the CeraVe PM feels more like a gel, while the La Roche Posay feels more like a moisturizer. I'll give you a little swatchy. I use the CeraVe PM almost every single day in the summer specifically because it is so thin and lightweight and in between a lotion and a gel cream. So this one here is the CeraVe PM. Very light, very beautiful, and the La Roche Posay is just a bit thicker and more like a traditional lotion. Again, I really enjoy them both. I will say that neither of them are going to be thick enough for you if you have dry skin. If you have dry skin, you are going to fly through the La Roche Posay bottle in like a month or less because there's not a lot of product in here, and the CeraVe PM is going to leave you feeling wanting, if you will. You're going to want a little bit more than this. So if you're dry, I would automatically not buy either of these, but someone like me who is combo and oily in the summer especially, these are great for me. I also would say a huge difference, something to consider, is that the La Roche Posay does not include niacinamide. CeraVe has 4% niacinamide, which is kind of like the star of the show with this product. It's this really thin, nice, fragrance-free gel style moisturizer, but it has the added benefit of niacinamide to help with acne and to help with brightening the skin. This does not include niacinamide because it can be irritating to some people, and again, this is catering for those super sensitive skin people. But if I had to choose, CeraVe PM wins this round. I do like them both, and I will continue using both. This one is just my go-to. Look how skinny she is. She's a skinny legend because I use her literally every single day. And I love this one. I just tend to use other moisturizers before I go for this one. However, with knowing how often I get rashes and irritation, it's really nice to know that this is in my arsenal for those times when I need a super simple moisturizer.
Hello.
He's here.
I made it, everybody. Gotta put
You
on
don't
a
look so
t-shirt.
good.
Well, I'm not ready yet.
Welcome, everyone. My husband.
I've arrived. The crowd goes wild.
Again, our kids are screwed because we both have sensitive, acne-prone skin. I was once oily. I'm getting more dry. He is incredibly oily. So we are just swamp monsters. And he tries a lot of the skincare that I bring home or that is sent to me, especially things like La Roche Posay, CeraVe, that are really simple that he's going to feel motivated to use every day. So I wanted to bring him in to talk about sunscreen today.
So the two that we are comparing, wife, are CeraVe Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion, Broad Spectrum SPF 30 versus La Roche Posay Anthelios SX Daily Moisturizing Cream with Sunscreen, yada yada
There's
yada.
so many words on that bottle.
This one's SPF 15 versus 30.
So they're not an eye for an eye. However, I wanted to mention these two because they're both chemical sunscreens that are meant to be moisturizers with sunscreen, and that's really how I got him to start wearing sunscreen, is to be like, oh, it's just your moisturizer. Secretly, it has sunscreen in it. So even though they are similar in that way, the CeraVe is obviously a little bit more protective with the 30, which is recommended. But this Anthelios line also comes in a 60, so that will probably be our next purchase after he goes through this one. The last thing I'll say before I shut the hell up, the CeraVe Ultra Light Moisturizing Cream is 1.7 ounces for $15, and the La Roche Posay Anthelios SPF 15 is 3.4 ounces for $33.99. So there's about almost 3 times as much in this one, but we know La Roche Posay twice as much. But again, that, you know, SPF difference, it does matter.
I'm not too worried about this one being SPF 15 because I found that I can't trust SPF 30 to be like my only sunscreen. If I'm gonna go outside and be outside, I need to apply sunscreen on top of these guys. If I go and play golf after wearing this without ever re-upping, I'm gonna get sunburned. So as a base layer, to me, I'm kind of like whichever one feels better. This luxurious, luscious,
That's the winner, 10.
creamy, this is the winner to me. So I really liked this. I mean, I used it for a year plus probably, and didn't dislike it at all. But this feels so much better on the skin. I feel like the CeraVe is more of a sunscreen feel, or I think this is really more of like a true lotion feel. It feels really nice rubbing into the skin. It rubs in faster. Just feels better to me.
And I think part of that is there is less SPF in it, so it has more of a lotion feel and less of a sunscreen feel. And also, to be honest, CeraVe has never been that elegant with their sunscreen formulas. So this top one is La Roche Posay, the bottom is CeraVe. And they're both gonna give you 0 white cast because they're chemical sunscreens and they both blend into the skin. But CeraVe has just never had a knack at making sunscreens, to be honest with you.
And we're always honest with you here on this channel.
So the winner here is the Anthelios XS, XS, XX. SX Daily Moisturizing Cream with sunscreen, SPF 15. I think the 15 is stupid, it's arbitrary, make it 30, and we'll have a double winner in that case. I also wanted to mention quickly that I personally purchased their Inthelios Tinted Mineral SPF 50. I'm obsessed with it.
Obsessed with it.
I really, really, really like it. I've talked about this in a few different videos, including my last favorites video. It's like a thin fluid rather than like a cream, and I just find it blends beautifully with my skin. I think honestly it might leave a dark cast if you are any lighter than me, but if you have a deep skin tone and you're looking for a mineral, try this out and let me know if it leaves a white cast on you. I really, really like it. This is just a side note for their minerals. We're wrapping up here. We have 2 left. Our next head-to-head battle is going to be cleansers. We are comparing the La Roche Posay Tolerion Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, and this is the only size I have of the CeraVe, which should go ahead and tell you which one's going to win. The CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, which is all over the internet. People are obsessed with the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, and I got to go ahead and say this one's way better. They just have a completely different feel. It comes out as like this clear gloppy gel. Oh my. And it's just feels like a slippery, if you've ever tried Cetaphil's Gentle, it feels very similar to that. It's just not my favorite. This one, however, is beautiful. It looks like a lotion coming out, but it doesn't feel slippery or lotiony on your skin. It is just so elegant, and it's also formulated with ceramides and niacinamide. Again, it's fragrance free, it's sulfate and soap free, which is why it's the gentle formula. It's just beautiful. I love it so much. So price wise, the La Roche Posay 13.5 ounces for $14.99. That's a really good price. And then the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser full size is 16 ounces for $16. So they're almost identical in price to ounce there. It's really gonna be what you prefer. And that soap-free formula, to me, it feels more elegant in the La Roche Posay personally. However, my husband does not like it.
So I used this for a week because it was just next to me in the shower. Usually I use the Cetaphil Daily Cleanser, and I just found that I really prefer that. I think it left me like feeling cleaner, and this actually, probably because it's formulated for normal to dry skin, this left me feeling a little bit more oily and like moist.
I love to use this the night of a tretinoin night because it's very gentle, and I prefer to use a more robust cleanser if I've worked out or if I'm feeling oily or sweaty or greasy. But when my skin is feeling normal or even dry and I know that I'm applying something sensitizing like tretinoin, this one is really nice.
I might like this in the winter.
For sure. So, Tolerion wins. Sorry, CeraVe.
I love this stuff, but I never got to try this stuff. What's up with that?
It's in the bathroom. Thank you, husband.
You're welcome. Next time you should let me try this stuff too. She's holding out on me, people.
It's all there, it's available. All right, the last comparison that we have today, again, they're similar, not exactly the same, but I feel like I don't know that CeraVe has an equal alternative. The La Roche Posay Cicaplast Balm is 1.35 fluid ounces for $15, and the CeraVe Healing Ointment is typically, I have a mini version here, 3 ounces for $10.39. So, I mean, we're talking a much better value for the CeraVe if you use them for the same purpose. I have always been someone who enjoys Vanacream, Van-Apply ointments. You guys know I talked about that in my very early channel days, that I love to use it to slug around my mouth and any of those really dry patches. I also like to use it on my lips at night. It is so incredibly inexpensive, and we have like 100 bottles of it around the house. So I actually picked up the minis of the CeraVe Healing Ointments when I was traveling because I wanted something similar that I could fit in my bag that wouldn't be this huge bottle. I found out that I like the CeraVe Healing Ointment a little bit more than the Van-Apply. I agree, this has a non-greasy feel. It's just a clean, very clear ointment that includes ceramides, and it's meant to not only help be occlusive with your moisturizer moisturizers, but also heal any skin that might be broken, irritated, any acne you may have. I don't recommend using this on open acne, but it's great with the healing process. At the same time, everyone in my comments and on Instagram and on TikTok were telling me that I needed to try the Cicaplast Balm and that it was the best thing in the world. Dr. Dre loves the Cicaplast Balm. Everybody loves this stuff, and I just wanted to know the hype. This is a soothing, repairing balm. They are similar, but incredibly different. Obviously, the main draw in the Cicaplast Balm is Cica. It used to completely soothe your skin. It is the main ingredient in the product. However, the vehicle for the formulas are completely different. So you can see here the Roche Posay is this white, very thick lotion-like ointment, and the CeraVe is completely clear, and it is just like this clear, beautiful balm. Personally, I still prefer the CeraVe healing ointment. I know, everybody's gonna come for me. I just can't figure out where the hell this is supposed to go. Not only on my face, but in my routine. If I use it around my mouth where I use my CeraVe healing ointment, I notice that it clogs my pores. I think I'm maybe a little bit too combo to oily still, especially as it gets warmer in Tennessee, to use this all over my face. I don't know, it's so incredibly thick, which I can understand why people really like this, but it's not multi-purpose for me the same way the healing ointment is. The healing ointment is used on my lips, I use it on my cuticles, my ankles, my knuckles, that's an elbow. I use it around my mouth, I use it as a chapstick. This to me is just a very thick lotion that I can only use in one way, which is on my facial dry patches. Do I like it? Do I think it's elegant and beautiful? Absolutely. Do I see why it fits perfectly in a really dry skin tretinoin routine? Yes. But I'm so far past that part in my journey with tretinoin of needing something really thick and moisturizing that I just haven't found a use for it really. So the winner, again, I have to go with CeraVe on this one. For me personally, I could totally understand why you might not agree, but the healing ointment just works better for me in my life right now, and it's what I will continue to repurchase. I really want to know down below who your winner is for each of these products, and also who your overall winner is. I think looking at this, I have to say CeraVe is still my winner. However, there are some standout products from La Roche-Posay that I think are far above and more elegant than CeraVe will ever be, especially in the sunscreen category. But in the very simple staple routine products, I think CeraVe is still the winner in my book. So Reed and I are actually going to Miami for our 1-year anniversary next week. I cannot wait. I'm actually going to post a little packing video talking about all of my minis and how I pack for hot weather, knowing I'll be in direct sunlight, especially while I'm using tretinoin. So stick around for that, and I will see you guys in the next video really soon.